Need repair? Revampire your furnace just... Legacy has a skeleton of furnaces in stock. Plus no interest and no principal payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
This is Sports 1440 and the all-new Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11 o'clock. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Donovan Paulson. We got Josh and Sam here as well as we're talking, well, fantasy sports and whatever else you'd like to discuss here on the show. Fantasy Frenzy brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Check them out online, willhawkbeefjerky.com, or in person, only available in Leduc. Our text line, 1-833-401-1440. Lots to discuss here on the show. Of course, the Toronto Blue Jays 1 game away from being the 2025 World Series champions. They took down the LA Dodgers last night. Once again, Trey Savage, what can you say about this kid? 22 years old, rewriting the record books and dominating, mowing down the Dodgers last night. We in studio were talking about it, Donovan and I guess Josh as well, about how the Vlad Guerrero picture hitting the home run off Shohei could be the most iconic picture. And then all of a sudden you get the shot of Trey Savage striking out Shohei Ohtani, his helmet coming off. I've never seen him whiff like that. And you look at Savage, what's he doing? Strutting to the dugout. Like, we've got some great shots in this one. I'm sure Dodgers fans could find some, going the other way. Probably a great one to Freddie Freeman in the walk-off shot. But Donovan, last night, what Trey Savage did, like, unbelievable. Like, the records we're seeing fall down from this kid. And to think that just 6 months ago, he's playing A-level ball, like, it's ridiculous.
And just also think, this is just the start of Trey Savage's journey.
Well, I say, I'm hold on. Because we had Alek Manoah. We thought he was going to be a stud.
I think he's different.
There's Dontrell Willis, the D-Train.
But D-Train did at least have multiple good seasons.
2? He
did.
I'm taking it year by year with this guy. I'm enjoying the moment right now.
I am all aboard the Trey Savage hype train. Alek Manoah, I mean, the thing about Manoah is he just lost the feel for his slider. And that's what led to his downfall. I don't think you're not going to see that with a splitter. And that's what Trey Savage's primary featured pitch is. That's his out pitch. That's how he's going to get out of, every jam. That's how he's going to get people to strike out. And that's what you saw a lot of whiffs on last night. I think the splitter's easier to keep the feel of than the slider. If you're going to lose something, I think it's more likely to be the slider. But Trey Savage is like, I talked about it to Kevin Allfair a little bit this morning. What happens if Trey Savage adds one more good pitch to his arsenal? Like, there's a chance that his splitter is Cy Young level in terms of what a single one pitch can be. That's a Cy Young level pitch.
Yeah.
If he adds one more pitch to his arsenal, I'm not saying he's going to ever win one, but there's no reason that, like, he has the perfect stuff to be able to go on to be a future Cy Young candidate. Not saying he'll ever be one, because obviously everything has to go well, but man, is he good.
Yeah. And like, just there's things you can't teach. Like, adding another pitch would be amazing. He has that ability to just not get too shaken up by anything. The moment's not too big. Give up a home run. Okay. it was a single shot. No big deal. We're still up 2-1. I'll just go mow down a few guys after this one. Like that you cannot teach. That's just built different, and he seems to be that way. So we'll talk to Blue Jays, of course, on the show today. You heard it here on Sports 1440 yesterday if you were listening. I was driving down 178, and I was like fist pumping the roof with the back-to-back home runs, first pitch of the game. And like the radio call was great, but like I couldn't tell it was a home run for like the longest time. It was like it was close, but wow, what a start to the game for the Toronto Blue Jays, going up 2-0, and now it shifts back to Toronto Friday night, Halloween. Chance to wrap up that series. We'll have it for you here on Sports 1440 radio feed only. Of course, you also got the NHL back in full swing. Yesterday, the Jackets knocked off the Maple Leafs in the only game. Tonight, you got the Rangers and the Oilers down at Rogers Place. That's a 7:00 puck drop, as the Oilers coming into this one looking to make it 2 straight after that huge second period on Tuesday night against the Utah Mammoth, in which they scored 5 goals, enough to get the win. Connor McDavid had at the empty netter to pick up his second goal of the game and third of the season. And now those two teams going at it tonight. We'll have pregame coverage for you here as well. And it's actually going to be Donovan and myself.
Yes.
We're hanging around all day. What else do we have to do? Yeah, exactly. We're keeping busy. Walker, I think, going to the game tonight.
Yes, he is.
So he'll be there. He's not just not watching the game. He'll have a really good insight to what happened, I guess, on Saturday. But Don Paulson and I are going to be doing pre and post game show here on Sports 1440 as well. Lots of other games as well. Kings, Red Wings got the Sharks taking on the Devils. Connor Bedard, fresh off his hat trick. He's got 6 goals on the season, taking on the Jets. Mark Scheifele, pretty good himself. 8 goals on the year. Wild and Penguins, Blues taking on the Canucks. And you got the Islanders and the Canes, plus a few others in which you might want to tune into. I don't know. Bruins, Sabres. Maybe. Maybe it'll be competitive. There's some good players on the ice for that one, at least.
There's a couple. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a few goals.
Maybe. You know what? I will say, actually, the Sabres, after their horrific start, obviously they've gotten substantially hotter, but it started to kind of go their way a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not all be, cloudy in Buffalo. They look like, listen, I've seen enough Buffalo Sabres hockey over the last 5 years to know that never, ever, ever believe in that team, but they might be kind of trending in the right direction after that horrific start.
We'll have, yeah. I'll dip my toes on that one. I'm not jumping all in.
I will never jump all in on that team. I will jump all in on certain players on that team because I love a lot of the guys. Like Tage Thompson's a stud. I love Tage Thompson. I love Alex Tuck. I love Rasmus Dahlin. Bowen Byram's a great player. There's a lot of really good players. I just still don't understand how they can not put it together. Also, I don't understand. Looking back on the Dylan Cousins trade for Josh Norris, why are you trading for a guy who has mashed potato for a leg?
Upside, hope. That's what the Sabres have had. Hope. Maybe it'll work out. Also, some good news for the Baltimore Ravens. It's looking like he is going to be Lamar Jackson's going to return to the line tonight when they take on the Miami Dolphins. You're a Dolphins fan. Obviously, you would probably rather see Huntley, although he did lead the Ravens to a win last week. But hey, Tua versus Lamar. What more could you want?
A lot is what I could want. I would actually rather not. I would rather not see Snoop Huntley just because I watched too much of him last year for the Dolphins, and I didn't like what I saw last year on my team. But I mean, listen, Lamar's going to make that offense exciting again, and that's if you're just a football fan in general, and obviously this is Fantasy Frenzy. If you're a fantasy owner,
yeah,
that is exactly what you want to see for guys like Zay Flowers, for Derrick Henry. They'll be finally fantasy viable again, because Derrick Henry, while Lamar was out, really only had one great week. Everything was all doom and gloom in Derrick Henry world. So from a Dolphins perspective, I'm terrified because I believe that Lamar Jackson is going to haunt them tonight. And I think that they're probably going to lose. But for the purposes of the KK show and the spread bet that he always does, that I'm filling in for Duke with, we're hoping for Dolphins to cover the spread.
Which on Thursday night, anything could happen.
Exactly.
Thursday night in the NFL has been kind of voodoo outside of, I guess, last week, Chargers whooping on the Minnesota Vikings. And this isn't a divisional game either. So maybe there's a beatdown in store. But, okay, going into that Miami Heat, who knows? Maybe there's something to it.
And they shut down Bijan Robinson in a way dare I say, have never seen in his NFL career to this point.
Well, outside of Arthur Smith shutting him down.
Arthur Smith's a moron. So.
I mean, I wouldn't go. He's loves the game. I think he's a okay coach, but I don't necessarily love how he utilizes his weapons. You got to respect him though. Like his dad, owns Starbucks. He's a billionaire and chose to grind it out in football. So
good for him.
Give him that. Playbook Vic sends us text in just regarding a trade he's making in our fantasy football league. What do you guys think? Nikki Northside gets Chris Olave and Gadsden out of the Chargers organization for CeeDee Lamb. You know what's funny? Gadsden has more fantasy points than CeeDee Lamb.
Well, CeeDee Lamb has also not played football for 4 weeks this year.
But Gadsden was a healthy scratch for the first 2 weeks.
Still.
In the last 3 weeks.
Okay, but talk about cherry picking stats here.
Well, I mean, these are the stats. I'm telling you the stats. This is not like me saying last week alone. I'm just saying Gadsden, I don't think he had his first catch of the year till week 5. So, anywho, Chris Olave and Gadsden for CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I mean, you get CeeDee Lamb, you're probably in a pretty good spot there, Vic. I'd say that's a pretty good move. Nikki Northside, hoping for Chris Olave not to get hospital balls, and that Gadsden keeps it going. Yeah, he looks pretty good out there. But Playbook Vic also has Trey McBride, so that makes it. Oh, but he says he was the father of FedEx. His father was the founder of FedEx? I thought it was Starbucks.
That's crazy.
Did you ever hear the story of the founder of FedEx? He was facing financial struggles. Maybe this was his dad. Yeah, it is FedEx. Okay. Yeah, he went to Vegas because he was the company wasn't going to make it, and he turned 5,000 into 27,000 and was able to prolong it until investors came in and got in on the company. That's a story I heard. Don't know if it's true or not. But okay, yeah. Yeah, he took 5,000, went and played blackjack, won 27,000 to cover the company's $24,000 fuel bill. Kept it alive for one more week. And you could say it's taken off. Yeah, so Arthur Smith grinding it out there.
Only making multi-million dollars a year.
Yeah. Jordan Schultz, the insider. His dad is the owner of Starbucks.
So lots of Nepo babies in the NFL.
Well, yeah, I mean, having that financial backing probably doesn't hurt. B says, yeah, true story. They're now the $100 billion a year company. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Gonna get all your employees. You're going hey, I'm going to Vegas, and I heard there's hesitation. I don't know if I should do this. Got hot. Grant says, can we start calling him Trey the Savage? The guy is deadly. Yeah, you probably couldn't have a more fitting nickname unless his name was Trey Strikeout Stud. and that's not a real name. So yeah, Trey the Savage. How are you feeling about Yamamoto tomorrow night? Is there a chance the Jays can get to him?
There's a chance. I don't know how likely it is. I mean, you saw Yamamoto complete game.
Yeah.
Against the Jays. He's the guy that I'm the most worried about on that whole team right now. Shohei Ohtani's going to do what he does. But Yamamoto they both have the chance to be game wreckers for the Jays. But Yamamoto is the only really guy to shut them down this playoff.
Yeah.
And now they've seen him for the first time in their careers, the majority of them now. So they might get to him a little bit more, but I still feel like they're going to need a legacy performance from Kevin Gausman tomorrow.
I watched Yamamoto the first time, and listen, I'm not going to act like I'm a baseball genius because I'm not. But a lot of the stuff, I'm that's right down the middle. And then you kind of see it from a different angle, oh, that's why they're not swinging. He's got some nasty stuff.
His curveball is disgusting.
Like it's coming in and it's like drop.
Well, it's not even the movement on his curveball for me. It's just you watch his fastball and it's around about 98 miles an hour. You watch his curveball, he's dropping that puppy in at 77 miles an hour. Like you try hitting a 20 mile an hour difference when you have to make a split second decision on what the hell the pitch is. And then you compare it to his splitter, which is his other terrific pitch. And it's hard. It's just a few miles an hour slower than his fastball, but you watch it out of his hand. And I don't know if you ever watched those like pitch overlays, Connor, but the fastball and the splitter for a lot of different pitchers looks fairly similar out of the hand. And it looks fairly similar for about halfway to the plate, but his is like, it looks the same for 75% of the way there. And then all of a sudden the splitter just right off the table.
So yeah, when you watch it come right down the middle and they don't take their bat off the shoulder, there's a reason for it. Like, oh yeah, didn't think, I thought it was going to drop or whatever.
When you see a guy swing in the dirt, you're thinking to yourself, oh, that's a horrible swing. And then you watch the pitch from like the home plate angle and you're like, oh yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Because there's a few times I'm like, yes, what was that? And then like you see the replay. Oh, in slow motion, you can kind of see it. Chomsky says, and this is a long one, why isn't Bassett being used more? He's got 9 pitches and 4 are unhittable. 4 incredible pitches, 2 huge breaking balls, and nearly perfectly placed fastball that he rarely needs to use, a changeup with an early release that beeps with timing, but all in all, he's one of the few pitchers with an 8-pitch repertoire. Most use sinker, cutter, and curveball, along with a 4-seam fastball, changeup, splitter, slider, and sweeper. He is known for having a wide variety of pitches that he uses to confuse hitters, relying on deception and movement rather than pure velocity. I bleeping love him. Signed, Chomskers. He got in, how many innings was he in? He went back-to-back nights.
Yep. Yeah,
1 inning and then...
Yeah, and then 2.
2. He's been reliable coming out of the bullpen.
Well, the reality was the other night, you only needed him for 2 innings. Because Trey was incredible. And then the Bieber start, you needed him for the inning. Like, or maybe I got it confused again. But yeah, I don't know why they haven't used Bassett more. I don't have a great answer for you on that. But I agree. Like Chris Bassett out of the bullpen is disgusting. He is, a lot of relievers only have 2 pitches. It's usually some kind of fastball, and whether it's a slider, a changeup, splitter, whatever. They usually only have 2 pitches. When you have 8 pitches in your arsenal and you're coming out of the bullpen, that is just like that's a game of chess. The hitter has no idea what's coming, and the pitcher's at a substantial advantage. So I'm looking for, regardless of if the Jays win in 6 or 7, I'm looking for another huge Chris Bassett outing.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, hey, they're 1 win away from the World Series.
Yeah.
They've done a pretty good job using him when they've needed him.
I was surprised they didn't use him more last round, to be honest. And yeah, if you're like, even if your starter, like let's say Kevin Gausman hypothetically starts to struggle tomorrow, I would have no problem going to Chris Bassett in like the 5th inning and saying, listen, Chris, let's get 3 innings out of you. You're still stretched out. You're still a starting pitcher. You could give Chris Bassett the final 4 innings of a game and he'd be fine.
Yeah. HVAC Nick says, I think if Goss struggles in the game, you got to go to Bassett for a few innings. Well, he's had a few days rest, so.
I think it's the obvious choice, right? And for me, the guy who I think he's the guy who's looked the best out of the pen, he's been untouchable. His curveball is disgusting. 72 miles an hour in today's day and age. There's something to be said about guys who can change speeds on you like that. And in today's day and age where it's all about velocity and who can throw the fastest fastball, a guy who, he's touching 94 right now out of the pen, which is really slow for a reliever, and he drops it down to 72. Major leaguers aren't used to that. That's why it works.
Rockford had texted in a little while ago, just switching over to the Oilers. Do you think there's a bottom 6 guaranteed in Edmonton if they acquired Chinakhov?
I like Chinikov.
Guaranteed? Probably not. You guys got to have some battle.
Yeah, you're at a point where Ike Howard's looking better and better. I think we'd all agree on that across station wide.
100%. Yeah, he's as one should. He's improving.
He looks like he's getting more comfortable. He's starting to look like an NHL player for me, where a couple weeks, week or two ago, I would have said, I'm probably sending him down. I'm now comfortable with Ike Howard being on this roster. Is he, like, they still have Matthias Janmark, who hasn't played for them. They still have Curtis Lazar, Noah Phil. Like, these are guys who are struggling to get in the lineup. So Chinikov, while he is more talented, I don't know if it's a guarantee. I like him.
What are you giving up for him as well?
What is Columbus going to want for him? I don't know. I like Chinikov. I think he's a good player. I think he'll, wherever he goes, it'll be a nice change of scenery, and he'll go on to have a nice career. I just think the Oilers are at a point where there's too many guys.
Yeah. It's a luxury to have.
Yeah.
It's a good problem, I would say, when you have that competition. Let's take a break here. When we come back, okay, we got Oilers text, we got Blue Jays, we got fantasy football. We'll get to all of those and more. Keep them rolling in here. 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. You're watching on our YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram channels, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
And here comes Action Electrical Service Team sprinting onto the scene. These are your first responders for any electrical emergency.
That's right. With their fleet of service vans and specialized gear, they assess, they service, and maintain electrical lighting and automation systems. They're all about rapid response.
Quick diagnostics and repairs to restore power and safety fast. Hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Strudling. How would you like to join me and the superstars of hockey on an exotic holiday? Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters, you can attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Fernando Pisani, Kelly Buckberger, Ron Lowe, Gene Principe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. There's still time to get in on every hockey fan's dream cruise. Book now and save $500 per couple. The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. Price started at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
Visit cast.tours/Edmonton. Call 1-833-347-7678. Call now to book and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours, 1-833-347-7678.
Are you looking for an affordable business, group, or team outing this season? Why not catch the excitement of a game with the 5-time Junior Hockey League champions, the Spruce Grove Saints? With extremely affordable group and suite packages available and some of the lowest food and drink prices around, Saints games are the perfect night for your next group event. Get your group in on the action. For more information, visit sgsaints.ca.
This is Andrew Walker, host of the postgame show on Sports 1440. After every hockey game this season, tune in and chime in as we talk about the game. It's all sponsored by Legacy Heating and Cooling. Don't get left in the cold. Visit legacyheating.ca.
Michelle and Colette are sisters. Sisters who don't agree on much, especially when it comes to which hockey team is the best.
Edmonton is the best, baby. Vancouver's number one.
Even when it comes to meat snacks from Wilhawks.
I love the Herrischwiener. The ham sausage rules.
But they will agree
Wilhauk beef jerky is the best.
It might just be the only thing Alberta hockey fans can agree on.
Others can try to imitate, but no one can duplicate Wilhauk beef jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win friends with salad.
Bringing every project to life requires the right team. By joining the Japa Machinery Group service or sales teams, you can be part of setting a new industry standard. Celebrating a legacy of excellence with Japa. Learn more at japamachinery.com.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:24. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. A puddle of mud to bring us back, Donovan. You have not heard of Puddle of Mud.
Yeah, I figured you were just talking about, going out in the rain as a kid on a nice summer's day, jumping in a puddle of mud.
You haven't heard, at first I thought, is that Default? You haven't heard of Default either?
Yeah, I don't know what a Default is.
Stained?
No.
You've heard Nickelback.
Of course. Yeah.
They would have been the biggest one of that kind of genre. I feel like Theory of a Dead Man kind of fit into it as well. Canadian band.
I've heard of them, yeah.
I mean, you've heard of She Bleeping Hates Me, right? Puddle of Mud?
No.
You
I don't know. I don't know my early 2000s rock stuff.
No, apparently
because it just doesn't, it's never been my style.
Doesn't resonate with you.
No.
You never went through the struggle.
Doesn't resonate.
Yeah. What about not the same genre, but a band that's had longevity, Green Day and stuff.
Oh,
right?
of course. Yeah. I mean, they're mainstream as hell.
Do you know Dallas Smith? HVAC Nick asks.
He's a country guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Nicky Northside he doesn't like divorced dad rock. That's kind of a good way to describe it. I don't know if it's offensive or not. Divorced dad rock. My older sister would always say puddle of nickel fault. She just thought that was the genre there. I don't know. I didn't hate it. Dallas Smith is country, but that's not his default setting. Stu says I used to call them Theory of Nickel Fault. There you go. It was a thing. Anyways, they got if you're in the right mood for it, maybe you're not in the best mood, you throw some of that on and just go for a drive in the sunset.
I don't know. See, I'm not even a big Nirvana guy.
Well,
it's just I don't like the grungy it's almost kind of depressing. Yeah, divorced dad rock is the best way to put it.
Well, I don't know if I'd put Nirvana. That's grunge.
The grunge, it fits into the same kind of weighing me down mode.
Really?
Yeah.
There's some more upbeat stuff. There is some slow stuff, no doubt about it. But that Seattle grunge scene from the early 90s, you weren't even born yet. You would have no idea.
No idea. But grunge, I'm kind of out.
You're out. Well, okay, that's fine. Maddie in the tractor says Control is a better song by Puddle of Mud. Yeah, I mean, I would say they had 5 hits. They had a run, and I'm going to play one for you at the break. And maybe you've heard it. Maybe you've heard it. If not, that's okay. This segment brought to you by elksnation.ca. I know Eddie Steele knows this music, as does Declan Kruger. They've got 2 weekly podcasts you can check out on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast from. They're going to keep it going throughout the offseason, talk to alumni, current players. It's going to be really awesome. Also, check out all the articles at elksnation.ca, the most in-depth EE football coverage you are going to get. Check them out. I'd say do it ASAP and make sure you subscribe. Text rolling in here. Trailer Park Ryan asks, hey guys, Lamar Jackson or Drake May this weekend? Now, Lamar Jackson plays tonight coming off injury against Miami. In Miami. He's a Miami guy. Could he ball out? It's possible. Drake May taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I think there's risk with Lamar because of the injury. You never know when he's going to pull up and maybe be limping. But I think I got to go Lamar Jackson. Drake May's been fantastic. He's been great this year. He's beat up on bad teams, but I think I'm going to go lean with Lamar Jackson on this one. How about you, Donovan?
Man, anytime Lamar Jackson is healthy, he's in my lineup.
Yeah.
He's an auto start. He is the lock of all locks to auto start for me. there's really, I mean, Drake May is probably in that category, and having both of them, I mean, what a gift that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lamar is just, I guess, probably the slightly higher ceiling. Drake May, really high ceiling himself, but I mean, Lamar can go out and put up like 35 points tonight.
That seems like a situation where you took Lamar in the draft and you're like, I got my guy. I'll take a flyer on a backup in Drake May. And all of a sudden, like, oh, damn, he's doing it. So, yeah, good problems to have there. I don't think there's necessarily a bad pick, but as Donovan says, when Lamar's on your team and he's healthy, I kind of feel like you got to go that way. Hammer says the Oilers need a vet or two that have won a cup. If Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Matthias Ekholm, Darnell Nurse, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Zach Hyman, any vet, Evan Bouchard, they've been to Game 6, they've been to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. If they don't have what it takes to get you there, then there's a problem. If you could add a vet who's won a cup who can still play, sure, I'm with you, Hammer. But I don't necessarily think that they need a cup winner. They should be hungrier than a cup winner, coming so close the last 2 years. But if he can play, if he can ball out, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to add a cup winner, but I don't know. I look at this team and basically your entire forward group has been to the cup final. Your entire defense group has been to the cup final, some of which more than others. Like Ekholm's been 3 times. Kulak, was he on the Montreal team? I don't remember if he was on the cup, but it's 2 or 3 times for Kulak. I don't remember if he was or wasn't. But like Adam Henrique 3 times. This is a very experienced team. Their biggest issue is not experience. Their biggest issue, well, right now, it looks like they still need somebody who's bigger bodied and wants to go to the net. And they probably want a little bit more of a physical presence, I would imagine. That would be their biggest pressing concern, as well as I would wonder about a top 6 winger, Alex Tuch per se, but we'll see. I don't know if I buy you need a Stanley Cup winner.
I'm with you. I don't think you need it.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a great part of a player's resume, but also, can he play? Can he help you in the area of need that you have? Because I think the guys you got, 2 of the best players in the world, they've been there. They were 1 game away. They should have enough to, push you through. Nikki Northside just says, great Simpsons reference. Yeah, I'm glad somebody understood it. It was subtle, but it was there. Harry says the Blue Jays have a lack of experience. Yeah.
But they also have George Springer.
Scherzer.
They
got guys.
They have guys who have won, but they have a bunch of young guys mixed in with these really, really long in the tooth veterans who have won before.
Yeah. And you get to a certain point where you're just, what's Scherzer going to tell Vlad? Vlad, you got to dig deep here. Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. Didn't know that. Like, to a certain point, it's on the individual player. They're feeling the pressure. They know what they got to do. They know the opportunity they're having right now. Like, I think at times, like throughout this season, I think Corey Perry was absolutely awesome the last 2 years. Like when the team was in the lull, he can say something. And when he speaks, you listen because he's done it all. But right now, I mean, I think the Jays are just like, let's go. Let's just get this thing done.
And even George Springer, who he's a World Series MVP. You've only seen George Springer. He did the, calm down to Vladdy once.
Yeah.
He was on base and he was like, calm down. You don't need to hit a homer here. Just come on. You're good. You've only seen that once. And that was the only time that would have happened on this run would have been against the Yankees, because the large part of that core has never won before. And they've never won a playoff round, let alone a playoff game.
Yeah.
Going against the Yankees. So if this was, if you were questioning their experience going into the Yankee series, 100% valid. But at this point, they've got all experience in 8.
JP says, still beaming after that Jays win last night. I think a lot of people are. What did you think of the anthem? Did you hear that?
Which one?
I forget the guy's name.
The first one?
From last night.
Oh, okay. Well, I know there was a lot more controversy about the first one.
Who was the first one?
In LA, the first one in LA? The guy who
It was Rufus Wainwright last night.
I didn't hear the anthem last night.
There's always controversy with the anthem.
But we don't need to get into the political agenda that was spewed with the first one in LA.
I didn't see it.
Oh. Well, I'll just say it was at the very beginning, right? Like he said on native land.
Okay.
Instead of the actual words, our home on native land, which some people took massive offense to.
I didn't even hear that. No, see, I'm driving home at that time, and I didn't see social media's outrage. I think Rufus, people said tried to go like English and French, and then had some errors in it.
Yeah, that one I didn't see.
Do you watch Shoresy?
Yeah, not all of it entirely, but yeah.
Have you seen when they go down and play the Americans, play the Yanks?
Yes.
And they send the little kid out, like he's learning to play the recorder.
Yes,
He does the Canadian anthem,
yes.
and Shoresy's just fuming. Then the American anthem is like a singer who's like just crushing it. That's the vibes I always get for these things. It was the same with Four Nation Face Off too. It's like they send it like, nah, not the best for Canada, and then the American person just nails it.
What about the harmonicas from LA last year?
Where were they?
This vibe is it's piss your opponent off with the national anthem. Go and bring out an old ladies choir, make them do the harmonica anthem. Bring out some people who are going to say the anthem wrong on purpose. Bring out some people who are going to piss off all the Canadians. I don't. Maybe it's a good strategy.
Well, it didn't work for the Kings, and I mean they have Canadians on their team too. But I don't know. It's like everyone's just getting mad about something. I don't know. It doesn't get me too fired up. Hey boys, that Nikash contract a little wild. Hey, hypothetically, if he hit free agency and the Oilers signed him to a deal, I'd be stressing a bit for sure. Nard dog. Well, you had some numbers with that versus Mikko.
It's $500,000 less than Mikko Rantanen. Are the Avs wishing that they did that over again? I would assume so. Yes. Yeah. They royally screwed it there. I mean, there's no mistake. Mikko Rantanen is a better player. I love Marty Necas. I love his game, but 11.5 for Marty Necas is a lot. As talented as he is, man, that is a lot of money. And I get that this is the new NHL landscape, but
yeah, cap's going up, so everyone can always throw that out
if
there.
you were to ask me who would I rather have, Thomas Harley or Marty Necas, I would go Thomas Harley, who just signed a couple days ago for less money.
10.5?
Yeah, his nearest makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, if you're trying to defend it, he's been a great fit so far. He's 3 years younger. So that, I don't know. Maybe there was something behind the scenes with Rantanen and they just change was needed.
For $12 million in Dallas.
Yeah. He's got 12 points already too. 10 games.
Man, I think both players are terrific. Don't get me wrong. But if you had to do that over again, if you injected them with True Serum in Colorado, I think they would tell you, man, we really just should have paid Mikko Rantanen.
I wonder what he would say too with Truth Serum. Carolina was a bad experience, obviously. It didn't work out. Goes to Dallas. They pay him. I'm sure he's happy there. But I wonder if, at the end of his career, when he's looking back at it, like, man, maybe I should have just stayed. Maybe it would have been easier.
Yeah, probably. And he would stay with his boys and he'd stay on both teams are extremely competitive, but I think he would probably want to go back to Colorado if given the choice. And listen, for Marty Necas, you found a home, you found a place where you're a fantastic fit, and you formed arguably the fastest line in hockey between yourself and Nathan McKinnon. Listen, I love Marty Necas. I love everything he's capable of. I think the deal will be fine in time. But for right now, it looks kind of gross.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see. Let's give it a couple of years. See how it starts to play out.
Compared to even compared to the Logan Cooley deal from yesterday.
Yep.
8x10 for Cooley. This is 11.5.
Cooley 21, looking pretty good.
I could see them in a world being fairly similar players in their. Cooley's not in his prime yet, but
Yeah.
I can see him becoming Marty Necas-esque, sort of. It's a lot of money for Marty Necas.
Yeah. Hey, good on him. Good on his agent, and we'll see how it pans out. Aaron says, would you run Bowers this weekend? First game back from injury. Other option is Ertz. Yeah, he's a full participant in practice yesterday. So I would. He's very, very good, even when he's hurt. I don't think anybody will fault you. If something happens and he doesn't get the most points and Ertz surpasses him, I think he's still got to go with the upside of Brock Bowers. Brent says that clip of Max telling Gosman that he's got to go in was hilarious. I love like the media day interviews when they're like, do you talk to Max Scherzer on game day? And all the players are just like, nope. Once he's done, yes, those headphones go in. You do not talk to him.
You know what my favorite part of this Max Scherzer run is just obviously Trey Savage coming off the bump yesterday. Max Scherzer at 41 years old looks like the youngest guy on this team in the way he's conducting himself in the bench. Like when Trey Savage comes back, Max Scherzer is going ballistic and everybody else is like, yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Hugs, high fives. And then there's Max Scherzer just losing his mind.
Throwing stuff at the walls and stuff. Yeah. One of my favorite clips with him was, I don't know where he was sitting. It dug out, bullpen, wherever it was, but the strike zone was pretty iffy. And he kept doing the like signaling, toss a coin in the air, strike. just ridiculing the umpire and doing it from a safe distance where he's not going to get caught. But yeah, I will tell you, like when they signed Scherzer, I was like, okay, it could be good, but man, that's a good chunk of cash for an older guy. And obviously, great start, had the injury. But I will say, you want to talk about veteran presence. Like, I think having a guy like he and then, Bieber as well for Trey Savage, you couldn't ask for a better teacher.
Yeah, the presence that he's brought is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The pitching in the playoffs, he's been fine. During the regular season, he was pretty bad. But during the playoffs, he's been surprisingly effective compared to what I think we all expected coming into. You look at his last couple starts during regular season, and he was getting shelled.
Yeah,
like he was giving up 4 runs in every start. Right? It was like, he gave up 7 and he gave up 7 on the 19th. He gave up 4 on the 24th. He was getting shelled. I'm surprised he's looked as good as he has during the playoffs. And yeah, like bringing that kind of veteran presence, the guy who's won the Cy Young before, the guy who's won the World Series, 8-time All-Star. It turned out to be a great move.
Yeah.
Really one of the only good moves the Jays made this summer, actually.
And look where they are.
Just crazy.
Crazy how it works. Someone had asked about the Avs cap situation. So just looking here, going into next year when the contract hits, they'll have $57 million on their forwards. They will have 25 and then 5 with their goalies. So there's 87, but they'll still need like 87-ish million spent next year. That's not including their Jack Drury, Olofsson, a few other guys who will be free agents, and they'll still need a backup goaltender. So about 87 mil.
16 million projected in cap space.
Yeah.
With, a good chunk of guys to
They'll make it work. They always do.
They'll make it work, but I think that pretty much locks up that you're not going to be signing any more mega studs in Colorado, especially with an impending, Makar eligible for an extension next offseason.
He's going to get paid.
Or this offseason, sorry.
Yeah.
He is going to get an absolute bag.
How much would, Nathan McKinnon, he's getting 12.6.
Yeah.
Does Makar get more?
Well, of course, yeah. He has to. As long as if he's taking a McDavid deal, then no. But if he's taking a...
But how much more then? 14? Is he more than Draisaitl?
Yes.
More than Kirill the Thrill?
I would pay him more than... It depends on what he's wanting. If he's wanting to keep the Colorado Avalanche in a Stanley Cup window, then... I don't know. He might take himself $16 million. But what would I pay him if I was the Colorado Avalanche? The answer, whatever the hell you want.
Well, yes, he is the McDavid. Here's the blank check. How many years? What do you want? Happy to pay you. Thank you very much.
What do I think he'll get? I think he'll get more than Carell.
Yeah. That's big time. Okay, let's take a break here. Running a little bit late. When we come back, more text 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantor, proudly delivering world-class hydraulic torque wrenches in Canada since 2016. I'm thrilled to announce our in-house production of tool components and accessories for faster turnarounds and enhanced versatility. The future is here at Cantor.com.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. I'm super excited to tell you today that we have fed over 250 families so far with our Feed 500 Families event. With that said, we are still short of our goal. We have decided to continue this on through to the end of October. With your help and your support, we can get this done. Please stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
Jason Greger isn't just a sports guy. He's a community builder. With over $2 million raised for local charities and his Greger Foundation, he's making a difference on and off the air. Check out Greger weekday afternoons on Sports 1440.
It's a new season, Edmonton, which means it's time for new offers. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners can get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense. PlayAlberta.ca.
When pumpkins glow and night turns chill, there's one fall treat that fits the bill. A pizza shaped like a jack-o'-lantern with smiling pepperoni pattern. Thin golden crust, so cheesy and tasty. Get yours now, better be hasty. It's only around for a limited time for a spooktacular price, $17.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, yes, it's true. Papa John's Jack-o'-lantern Pizza is coming for you. Spookily and proudly locally owned and operated.
Groceries, mortgage payments, family holidays, a new car. That's what profit shares look like for Vision Credit Union members. Each year, we return about 75% of our profits, $35 million last year, to the people who bank with us. Because at Vision Credit Union, when you're an owner, you get your share. Why not get yours? Learn how at whatsyourshare.ca. That's whatsyourshare.ca.
From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's Energy.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. We're having fun. The Jays are doing well. Oilers game day. You got the NFL tonight. Lamar Jackson back with the Ravens. Things are good. Sports is healing. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. Of course, the show brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Coming up next, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. with LT, Declan Kruger, Josh and Sam will hang around to keep you guys tuned in there on the old YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thursday, Bagged Milk will be by from Oilers Nation and Better Late Than Never podcast. And then I think maybe someone from New York. They've been surprising me, but I'm not privy to the show lineup before it happens. So I can't tell you more than that. You'll just have to tune in and find out. Then on the Jason Greger show, of course, Landon Ferraro, pre and post game analyst on Sports 1440. We got David Owens. I don't know what they're drinking today. I would say like something like pumpkin-y for Halloween, but they did that already. So it's not going to be that. You'll have to tune in and find out. TR will join us. He's actually up in GP for a charity event. So he'll hop on for a segment. Colin Livingston. Cam Tate's a 2-minute warning. We've got Spec. And they're going to be live at Cantork today. It's the 25th anniversary for Colin and the crew down at Cantork. So if you are in the vicinity of the 119th Ave and 146th Street, and they'll actually have the racing simulator going. So if you want to head down there, you can say hi to Jason and Colin and try the racing simulator. Let me just say this. I'm doing the pregame show with you, Donovan. Thrilled.
Yep.
Going to do postgame as well. We're going to duck into first round during the game. But I am a little bummed out I can't go to Cantork and try the racing simulator.
That is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
I might need to go to Cantork myself after and just use this thing.
Can we watch the game there? We'll just roll in. We actually, in a previous life, we went go-karting here at the mall.
Yep.
And it was so humbling for me. Like, I thought like maybe I had a bum car or something. Cause like in straightaways, people were just pulling away from me. And I'm like, maybe my foot was like touching the brake. It's on the opposite. Like it doesn't make any sense, but I'm like, maybe I had a bad car, but yeah, go-karting, fun, racing simulator, it would probably be right up there.
I'm as ballsy as it gets in a go-kart.
You might roll it.
I don't care. I drive that thing. What's the term? Drive it like you stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive that thing like I stole it. I used to do a lot of go-karting back at Speeders in the day.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I was a menace out there.
You did you ever think about going pro?
No.
No, never crossed your mind.
No, because I mean that'd be fun, but realistic? No.
No. Well, if you could have pursued your dreams, you could have been like Alex Tagliani. Walter texted in. When you think about it for a moment, you realize how close this series is to being over already. Yeah. You'll hindsight 2020, go back to the extra innings, 18 innings, had you left certain players in the game, maybe things could have been different. But I think I didn't think the Jays had a chance in this series. I said it during the Mariners Jays series, kind of just feels like they're just playing for second place. No, not the case. The Blue Jays putting up a hell of a fight. I think the Mariners would have as well. It didn't matter who won. On paper, it's one thing, but you get thrown in their field and it's totally different. And the Jays are putting up a hell of a fight right now, doing a really good job and kind of just pesky, but everyone's doing their job and just keep it going. One more game. JP says Makar taking a discount could be 15 or 16 mil, honestly.
Depends on how long he signs for.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a pretty good spot. I love the Avalanche management and what they do. So maybe outside of Rantanen, but I feel like their hand might have been forced. Is the cap in baseball better or worse? From Andrew. I don't like it.
It's terrible.
Hard cap to me is the only way to go.
There is no real cap. It's a luxury tax.
Mm-hmm.
You can go over the luxury tax to a point infinity, as long as you're basically as deep as your pockets are willing to go. Like the Dodgers roster, like Shohei Ohtani makes basically the same amount of money as the Jays, 9 hitters combined.
It's insane.
Virtually the same amount of money. The cap in baseball really doesn't exist to a point. And the Dodgers, you look at that payroll and they're $300 million more than the bottom 10 teams.
Yeah.
And the bottom 10 teams are $60 million.
Granted, the Jays have a budget too. They're spending.
They're in the top 5, right?
So,
They're they're spending, and you're seeing the teams who spend usually do better.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
Which is funny because you look at like Trey Savage, $57,000 this year. I say everyone on that team puts in 10 grand and gives it to him. Thank you.
They better be buying him a damn nice dinner after last night.
No kidding. Get him a new pair of New Balance shoes. I think he is like the Shoheis. Get him some other ones. Camero Sparky says, hey guys, I got to start 2 of 4. Drake London, Genty, Brown, Pickens. Thank you. Well, Drake London, you're going to have to wait and see how healthy he is. He was out last week. Brown. That's the question. Is that Chase Brown?
That's the question. It could be AJ Brown, Chase Brown, Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown. Yeah, like London, if he's playing, to me, he's a must start. And then Chase Brown. Okay. I don't know if you can trust Genty right now, just with that Raiders offense. Who do the Bengals play this week? Josh, do you know who the Bengals play this week? Nope, don't know. I could probably. Oh, it's playing Chicago at home. I don't mind that as taking a shot. Drake London. If not, I'd probably go. I don't think I go Genty.
I'm staying away
Such a
from
hater.
Genty too. I'm not on Genty whatsoever. I am going for sure 100% London if he's healthy. And George Pickens, they play the Cardinals. I think the Cowboys are probably going to score quite a few points in that game.
We should mention Savage did get a $4 million signing bonus, so he's good.
He's okay.
He's good.
He's okay. He's not totally poor.
Yeah, not totally. Well, we'll take our 23-hour break. When we come back, we'll do this all over again. Thank you guys for tuning in. If we didn't get to your text, just copy and paste it. Send it in tomorrow. Kurt from Barhead, maybe we'll answer this one off air. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. For the Young Bucks here, I'm Connor Halley. We'll do it again tomorrow. Right now, let's get to a Sports 1440 update brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Oilers in action tonight as they host the New York Rangers. Puck drop at 7 p.m. Pre-game coverage gets underway with Connor Halley and Donovan Paulson at 6 p.m. 10 other games around the NHL tonight with the Flames taking on the Senators, the Jets going head-to-head with the Blackhawks, the Canucks and Blues take the ice in St. Louis, and the Penguins face off against the Wild. Week 9 in the NFL gets going tonight as the Ravens head to Miami to take on the Dolphins with Lamar Jackson expected to start. Kickoff at 6:15. And only 4 games on the hardwood tonight as the Magic take on the Hornets. The Wizards take the court against the Thunder. The Bucks host the Warriors. And wrapping up, the Heat head to San Antonio to take on Wemby and the Spurs. Coming up at the top of the hour, it's the Lowdown with Low Tide here on Sports 1440. And this has been your Sports 1440 update with Sam